Today, I want us to discuss the timeless wisdom and practical insights we can gain from classical studies. Yes, that rich world of ancient literature, philosophy, and history that still speaks volumes to our lives today. Now, you might be thinking, how can texts written thousands of years ago possibly relate to modern life? Well, stay with me, because what we'll explore might just change the way you view education, self-development, and even your career. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if the topic resonates with you, and let's dive in. What are classical studies? Let's begin by defining what we mean by classical studies. Broadly, it refers to the academic study of the languages, literature, philosophy, history, and culture of the ancient Mediterranean world, primarily ancient Greece and Rome. But it goes far beyond memorizing dates or translating Latin. At its core, classical studies invite us to engage deeply with ideas, big ideas about justice, virtue, leadership, resilience, identity, and the human condition. This ancient field is anything but outdated. It is, in fact, deeply human, which makes it incredibly relevant. Life lessons from classical studies. So what life lessons can we draw from classical studies? Let's unpack this through some key themes. 1. Critical thinking and analytical skills. Analyzing ancient texts requires careful interpretation and nuanced reasoning. From deciphering Plato's dialogues to evaluating Caesar's motives in historical accounts, students of the classics learn to ask the right questions, assess multiple viewpoints, and construct compelling arguments, skills that are invaluable in law, politics, journalism, and leadership. 2. Empathy and understanding of diverse perspectives. When we immerse ourselves in the dramas of Athenian democracy, or the moral struggles of a Roman general, we are forced to inhabit minds shaped by vastly different assumptions. This cultivates empathy, the ability to step outside our own bubble and appreciate the values, struggles, and hopes of others. 3. Communication and persuasion. And consider Cicero, Aristotle, or even Shakespeare, masters of rhetoric, whose works teach us how to persuade with logic, appeal to emotions, and structure ideas clearly. Whether you're pitching a business proposal or engaging in civic debate, the ability to speak and write persuasively is indispensable. 4. Resilience and adaptability. One of the most powerful lessons comes from Homer's Odyssey. Odysseus faces shipwrecks, monsters, betrayals, yet never gives up. Classical texts abound with stories of perseverance, the ability to adapt, and the virtue of endurance through hardship. These aren't just myths, they're metaphors for life. 5. Moral reasoning and ethical decision-making. What is justice? What makes a good life? Classical philosophy forces us to wrestle with ethical dilemmas, from Sophocles' Antigone to the moral quandaries in the Republic. These reflections shape our character and inform the decisions we make in real life. 6. Appreciation for the past and its influence on the present. Without understanding the past, we risk repeating its mistakes. Classical studies provide a foundation for understanding modern governance, legal systems, and cultural values. They remind us that civilization is a long conversation, one in which we all participate. 7. The power of storytelling. From Virgil to Shakespeare, classical literature shows us that stories are how we make sense of the world. They teach, heal, connect, and inspire. A well-told story from 2,000 years ago can still stir our emotions, and that's no accident. It's the enduring power of narrative. Let's bring these lessons to life with a few specific examples. The Odyssey teaches us about perseverance, the yearning for home, and the struggle to maintain integrity amidst chaos. Machiavelli's The Prince, while controversial, forces us to critically examine power, strategy, and ethics in leadership. Ancient Greek philosophy, think Socrates or Aristotle, helps us consider virtue, happiness, and what it means to live well. Shakespeare, though technically early modern, drew extensively from classical themes, revealing profound truths about love, ambition, betrayal, and redemption. Why it still matters. You might be surprised to learn that employers today, in business, law, technology, even STEM, highly value the skills cultivated through classical education. Analytical thinking, clarity in communication, ethical reasoning, and intellectual curiosity. Gettysburg College rightly notes that classical studies provide marketable skills applicable to various careers, but more than that, they shape how we understand ourselves and relate to the world. So what's the takeaway? Classical studies are more than dusty old books. They are a mirror held up to humanity, reflecting our strengths, our flaws, and our eternal questions. They challenge us to think better, act wiser, and live more intentionally. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up so YouTube can recommend it to others. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and share this with someone who loves learning. Let's continue the discussion in the comments. What classical texts or ideas have impacted your life? Share your own experience and let's learn from each other. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.